Hi there, and welcome to our video on guppy food. We had a ton of emails about what we feed our guppies, so I figured I could reach more people and make a video on it. Guppies are one of the most popular aquarium fish because they're easy to care for and come in a variety of beautiful colors. But as with any pet, it's important to feed them a healthy and balanced diet. In this video, we'll be discussing what to feed your guppies and how to ensure they all get the nutrients they need. First off, let's talk about the types of food that guppies eat. Guppies are omnivores, which means they eat both plant and animal-based foods. In the wild, they eat a variety of small insects, crustaceans, and algae. In captivity, you can feed them a combination of flake, pellet, and live or frozen foods. Flake food is a common type of food for guppies. It's easy to find at any pet store and comes in a variety of formulas for different types of fish. When choosing a flake food for your guppies, look for one that is specifically formulated for them. Guppy flakes usually contain a mix of plant and animal proteins, vitamins, and minerals that are essential for their health. It's important to note that not all flake foods are created equal, just as with like your dog and cat. Some cheaper brands may contain filler that don't provide much nutritional value, so make sure to read the ingredient list before purchasing. Also, keep in mind that flake food can be messy and pollute the water quickly if not eaten. Pellet food is another option for guppies. We don't normally use that here, but it is a good option for some people, especially if you have a lot of bottom-dwelling fish in your community tank with guppies. Pellets are denser and sink to the bottom of the tank, which can be beneficial for bottom-dwelling guppies and other fish. Pellets also come in a variety of formulas for different types of fish. When choosing a pellet food for your guppies, look for one that is high in protein and contains essential vitamins and minerals. Live or frozen foods are a great way to add variety to your guppies' diet. Guppies love live foods such as brine shrimp, daphnia, bloodworms, spirulina, mosquito larvae, and soldier fly larvae. These foods are high in protein and can provide essential nutrients that they may be missing in their regular diet. Frozen foods are also a convenient option since they can be stored in the freezer and thawed for when they're needed. Something to note with frozen foods is you need to be careful since you have no control over their condition during transport. If they have thawed and refrozen multiple times, it's possible the food has spoiled and you'll never know until you already feed it to your fish and they become sick. So frozen foods are a little bit iffy and dangerous in our experience. We have moved away from those. Another option for guppy food is homemade food. Making your own food can be a fun and rewarding experience as it allows you to control the ingredients and nutrition. To make homemade guppy food, you'll need a mix of protein and vegetables. Good protein sources include shrimp, krill, fish fillets. Good vegetable sources include spinach, peas, and carrots. Now we grow our own live food, but we don't make our own guppy food. So we just grow the live parts. We don't mix anything together, but how you would do that is you'd blend the ingredients together in a food processor until you have a fine paste, then form the paste into small cubes or balls and freeze them until they're ready for use. Homemade guppy food should only be used as a supplement to their regular diet and not as a replacement. Now that we've covered the types of food you can feed your guppies, let's talk about how often to feed them. Guppies have small stomachs and should be fed small amounts, several times a day. Overfeeding can lead to obesity, digestive issues, and poor water quality. A good rule of thumb is to feed your guppies only as much as they can eat within 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day. This will ensure they get all the nutrients they need without overfeeding them. It's also important to keep in mind that guppies are social creatures and will often compete for food. To make sure everyone gets their fair share, try spreading the food out in different areas of the tank or using a feeding ring. A feeding ring is a small plastic device that floats on the water surface and keeps the food in one place so that guppies can eat without it floating away. Lastly, it's important to maintain good water quality in your guppy's tank. Uneaten food can quickly pollute the water and cause health problems for your fish. To prevent this, make sure to remove any uneaten food from the tank after feeding You should also perform regular water changes to keep the water clean and healthy for your guppies. Now, we don't do a ton of water changes. We have sponge filters in every tank and pond instead, which will actually suck in all that uneaten food and trap it. So we just need to come, take the sponge filter out, and then clean that. In conclusion, feeding your guppies a healthy and balanced diet is essential to their overall health and well-being. There are many different types of foods you can feed your guppies, including flake, pellet, live frozen, and homemade food. Remember to feed them small amounts several times a day and remove any uneaten food from the tank. By following these simple tips, you can ensure your guppies live long, happy, and healthy lives. With all of that information on how to feed your guppies and what different varieties of food are important, let's take a look at what we actually feed our guppies. So we use Ken's Spirulina, Ken's Ultra Intense Spirulina Flake, we use Ken's Ultra Intense Krill Flake, and we use the Royal Mignon Guppy Pellet, I believe it's called. We'll take a look at those. So those are the 3 prepared foods we use, and we also feed our fish live baby brine shrimp, live adult brine shrimp, freeze-dried soldier fly larva that's been ground in a coffee grinder to a kind of like a powder. Like I said, spirulina live, krill live, and occasionally bloodworms frozen. So those are the choices we use. We don't use them all every day. We use a combination of them and just make sure they kind of get a varied diet. Thank you for watching this video on guppy food. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips and tricks on aquariums.